Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to install Zorin OS 5.2 onto a Windows PC, or at least I'm using Windows 7 64-bit, Home Premium 64-bit. It looks like a Mac, yes, but it's being very slow today and I am recording. There it is, there's a genuine sticker. And these are the specs of my computer. Does anybody actually believe these numbers though? I mean, really? So the link's down in the description to the Zorin OS. The one I'm installing is 5.2, the 64-bit version. I don't think it matters whether you take the 32-bit or 64-bit as long as your processor is compatible. So also links to the VirtualBox download and the link to a video. I'm really tired, by the way. I'd just like to make that point. A previous video of installing this operating system I made was literally showing you can do it in 3 minutes. So 3 minutes and you can do it. Sorry, I just keep forgetting everything. Basically, once you've installed VirtualBox, go ahead and get it open. And click New and Next, and type in Zorin to make your operating system root folder. So it's detected it's a Linux distribution and it's made by Oracle. And click Next. And 1024 meg is what you need for several programs. It defaulted at 512. That is enough, really, because unless you've got like a quad core or a hexacore or a decacore, which I don't think exists, but basically, imagine having a heptacore, 7 cores. How cool would that be? Yes, I've got the world's only heptacore. Sorry, 1024 meg is what you're gonna want, unless you've got like 2 gigs of RAM, which I don't really recommend doing it. Then you're gonna use half a gig. I've got 4 gigs though, so I'm using a gig. Leave it as that, create new hard disk and startup disk. Leave it as VDI, and you can make a fixed partition size, but dynamically allocated works just as well, and you're not limiting yourself to how much space you use. I'm just going, for the sake of this video, I'm going to leave it to 8 gigs. I want to make another folder, so I'm installing 5.2, so I want to make a folder inside the Zorin root folder, which I just made, for 5.2, so I'll call it Zorin 5.2. So if I bought 5.2, I'd get a free upgrade to OS 6, and then I would, at this point, I'd put Zorin OS 6, and then it'd make another folder, Zorin OS 6, inside the main Zorin root folder, and then they wouldn't have problems with each other and stuff. And then create, and go to settings and wait for what feels like eternity for it to load, and then go to system. Enable this option if you wish to use more than one core or CPU. It comes up as CPU on mine, not because I have more than one CPU. The reason why this is red here is because I do have 2 CPUs, but I don't. Let me explain. For example, the Intel Core 2 Duo is 2 cores on 1 processing chip. With a dual core, I think I've got this the right way around, I hope anyway, it's 2 processors, if you like, with 1 core on each, and then they're put together to make one on like 1 CPU chip, if that makes sense. So you've got like 2 single cores separated from each other, and then on 1 CPU. The Duos are quicker, like the Intel Core 2 Duo that you see on like Macs and stuff, and you see them demolishing like the puny 1.7 gigahertz dual core i5, because they are, being the fact that it's two cores put together, not separated, it allows the transfer of files, sort of, you know, the processing, to do its magic quicker, basically. Acceleration, you want to enable VT if you're using AMD, or you might need to if you're not using AMD, I'm not that sure. You also may need to go into the BIOS and enable virtual technology. Display, just give it the full video memory. You can set up a remote display. Enable 3D acceleration. The rest of the stuff should be fine. You can use shared folders if you want, but once you're done, just click OK and click Start. OK, and click Next, and browse for your ISO file. Open, Next, and Start. And yes, and you want to boot the live system, so to do that, hit Enter and wait. And wait. And wait. And go on your BlackBerry for a bit. If you're wondering, I'm using Blueberry software by Blueberry called Flashback Pro, which is their most expensive one. It's not great, but it's alright. Bear in mind, guys, that this is running at sort of half the speed it would be on my computer, because I'm using a screen recorder and webcam. So you want to left click once in here to start using your operating system mouse, or press your right control key to go back to your Windows mouse. I know I made it look like a Mac, but don't worry about that. It is Windows 7, I proved it to you. You don't need this Zorin OS, that can only make things worse. If you actually think you might have a use for it, which isn't installing Zorin, because you just don't want to do it. If you want to dual boot, then ask me, like the video, comment, ask me about it, and I'll show you how to use a USB stick to do it. So I'm going to drop and drag it into the trash, and empty the trash, and I'm going to jump over to Google, because I think you ought to go to the website and read some information about the operating system to sort of get a feel for the operating system. Okay, so the link will be in the description, but just so you can have a look at it, it's www.zorin-os.com, and you're going to want to go ahead and click Take the Tour. Just if you're wondering, I've got 20 meg down and 2 meg up internet speed, if you're wondering. So, much faster than Windows 7. That's if you're dual booting, so that's all that the hardware is running. No risk of viruses. To say that kind of thing, like they did with OS X, but clearly 600,000 Macs got that virus, and yeah, there was an update to fix that, but it's still possible. Also on Macs, you can get antiviral software, internet security in that, but they can only scan for Windows viruses, and the people that do this aren't going to make a Windows virus, they aren't going to write a Windows virus and try and use it on a Mac, because it's a different operating system, it's written differently, so it wouldn't work. So there isn't really any point. As you can see here, you can run Windows apps using Wine and Play on Linux. So you can see they've got Steam open in here, and there's lots of other stuff, but I suggest you read it yourself. And after that, I'm going to make a point while it's shut down. Hibernate's the same as shut down, except it looks more scary, and I wouldn't do it if I were you. Suspend puts it to sleep and it works fine. Restart, I haven't tried it, I haven't needed to, but I suspect it'll just be the same as shutting down and switching back on. Shut down, and it'll tell you to press enter once you've removed bootable medias and installation media. Don't worry about that, just hit enter. We'll now halt, and it's done. So it says down here IDE second mastery CD DVD is empty. What you need to do is go to start, rapidly is go down to, sorry, hang on, press your right control key, go to here, right click or left click, I don't think it actually matters. Yeah, you right click on it and select your ISO again, and then shut down and start again. There we go, and it should be back up and running. You should only have to reselect your ISO at the start of the second boot. After that it should be fine. I suppose you may need to do that each time you want to boot, but you shouldn't need to. There's no reason. For me, it's only the second boot that I have to do that. At this point, I just like to say there is a problem with the screen resolution. My screen is is a ratio of 16 to 10 and 1440 by 900 and 75 hertz. Oh yeah, and they copied the Apple. It's the leopard and snow leopard introduction video of all the same welcome in all the different languages. They basically got this background here and applied it to it, and then copied it basically. Zorin OS is pissing me off again. That should be the last time I have to trash it. And so I want to change my background, so change desktop background, and ooh. Oh, you can change themes and stuff, but and the fonts, but I'm gonna give it this background because I quite like it. And you can add your own backgrounds if you want. I mean, just go over onto reporting lots of problems. I hope the sound thing hasn't been causing an echoing while I've been doing this recording. Sorry if it has, but so if I now want to full screen, to get the full screen, it will be stretching the 1024 by 768 and 61 hertz out on my screen to 1440 by 975 hertz. Of course, it will not look as good if you do this. So, sorry. So if you go to scale mode and full screen, it will do it just fine. And so yeah. And that is pretty much it. It's fast, simple, easy, and runs really well, but I don't really like having it in full screen. So there we have it. And I'm going to go ahead and shut down. I would show you a play on Linux, but there's not really enough time, to be honest. Enter. So guys, thanks for watching. I think I may need to reselect it again, but never mind. It's really straightforward. It's really easy. There's not really an issue with it. I do know of a fix for that, and like the video, comment if you want to find that out, and it takes literally a minute. Like, you just go into machine there and click something, so you should be fine. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.